Hello and welcome back to Disco Elysium. Last time we did something that was somehow related to the main story. And this time, well, we're gonna go find out what's on the off-site backup for this game. And then we'll head over and speak to Suna and see what she says about it. Because I don't want to rush to doing the main story. They'll wait. I mean, Kim would tell us that it was a murder and we need to deal with it now, but whatever. He's not in charge. I'm in charge. So, in here. Hopefully is this the quicker way in? It might be. Right. Yeah, this is fairly quick. Do we need a torch? I don't think we need a torch if we come in this way. I think if we come in this way, we can actually avoid using a torch. Nope. Never mind. I would be incorrect in that assumption. Right. So, in here, plug in the offsite copy. Press print. Nothing oh, I need to press play. Speaker comes to life. Old lady. Say the password. Afterlife death. Yeah. Oh, her answer is short and sharp. No, that's not it. What do you mean that's not it? What's the password then? Maybe it's the second part of the leitmotif you saw in the stained glass window. After death, life again? Good, I've unlocked the off-site copy. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Ka-ching! Yes, fantastic. So that whole visual reconstruction thing actually worked for us. Right, that's all for now. And print. Sounds like something cracks before a piece of paper starts filling up with pure black ink. Something is broken. Machines aren't supposed to behave like this. Read the printout. The paper is soaked with ink. Its monochrome darkness spanning from margin to margin. It's not possible to make out any information. Aha! I take that as a challenge. Examine it again. Yes! A single speck of white shines out from the shade. For some reason, the printer decided to spare this one tiny dot of paper. What happened? It's just covered in ink. Lieutenant runs his hand over the ink-soaked paper, staining his fingertips. Something is obviously broken here. Let's tear off the printout. Okay, well, I'll press print. Did the same thing. Cool. We'll leave that be then. So we didn't learn anything. Alright, well, that's not great, but I mean, it's okay. We didn't learn nothing. We also passed a check, which is always good. I'll just get my bag out just in case there's any, bottles to pick up. Although, yeah, I don't know. We might have already picked up all the easy bottles in this area. Right. So, now we're done here. Where are we going? That's a good question. I guess we're going to go speak to Suna, because we have the off-site copy. Right? Yeah, so we don't know where Dolores Day is, so we can't do that. Get Cell to talk about our associates, we'll see. Help Suna with her project is the main one we can do. Sync the signs with Noid. Yeah, help the ravers in the nightclub, we can do that. Find Idiot Doomspiral's jacket. That's okay, we'll have a look at that as well when we get there. Give your authority to Titus Hardy. We could do that. We have more authority stuff. Heraldic Bird, we're still working on. Armor pieces, tattoos. Run the number. I need to do that at some point. We'll probably do that when we come back. And morale as well. We haven't explored all of the other side, which is probably what we need to do soon. But, yeah, we'll see. Right. Run along here. Ooh. This guy just said, hey officer, got a minute. We speak to him again?
I saw you poking around in Lady Driver's lorry. She in trouble?
The racist told us where her cabin is. We only searched it. Still better than me, I guess. I told you there's plenty of others who'd tell on her. He leans in. Bud, is she in trouble? There's going to be an investigation. Is that bad? He lets out a whistle, looking about 10 years older suddenly. Man, What should I do? What should I do to help her? No need for you to do anything. Don't worry, the police are looking into it. Yeah, maybe I should keep my head down and work my rhymes while I can. What's the plan with those rhymes anyway? Oh, you know, the thought lightens him up. Tommy LaHolme's gonna be a musician. Sprechgesang. But with beats. I've got a lot of free time on the road to hone my craft. Why Tommy LaHolme? Tommy LaHolme was taken. He shrugs. You know, what can you do, manner? My real name is Jerry Lafitte. Tommy's way better. It's more him. I have another question, actually. The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm. Alright. He's a poet. Hit him with your best verse. Let me just see if we got anything that adds to our conceptualism before I do that. Yeah, like this lovely shirt. Anything else? No, we got our beautiful shirt on. Composure. Would be nice if there was some kind of sort here. Conceptualism, that's not what we were looking for. Nope, okay. Right, let's have... Oh. Conceptualism. Why does art inspire you so much? Well, it does, yes, but what is art? Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and performative creativity. It's an expression of imagination and technical skill. Additionally, it's history, criticism, and pure enjoyment. In short, art is the highest form of human communication, representation, narrative, emotion, and agency intertwined. Would I fit into the art world? I mean, have you looked in a mirror lately? You have the exact features of a savage art critic, with that beard and all those clothes, dishevelled and pathetic. Perhaps you should try to critique architecture too. Hold on, architecture is also art? Of course not. It's, autism, box drawing, masturbation with a ruler and a sextant, or whatever they use. You should demean and criticize the genteel institution of architecture while extolling the virtues of the pure art. Well, what about music? Is it art? Only the most experimental kind. I guess I have been feeling critical lately. Yes, you seek substance, no vapid representations and reproductions of social mores as made manifest in stuffy biennials. We're talking about real, living art here. Become the art cop, half art critic, half cop. Wait, don't I have to be 100% cop to get the case finished and all that? Quit being so indecisive. What are you going for here? Some kind of indecisive and camp aesthetic now? Strike a bold shape here. Go art or go home. Well, okay, if 50% art critic is what's needed to free me from rote repetition, so be it. Exactly. It's not only your duty to only catch the criminals of the street, you must also apprehend criminals of the printing press and the gallery, the trite and derivative artists and writers of the world. Go ahead and provide savage criticisms, art cop. The world is yours to rip to pieces and reassemble. What?
Now
Okay.
It's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
Conceptualization. Wait, did I miss a conceptualization one? I might have. The lounge jacket. Yes, I need to wear the lounge jacket. Oh yeah, that is a look.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
I'm gonna hit him with my best verse. I kinda hope we fail. Wait, there's something here, stored away in some dusty corner. It starts like, a mirror's temperature is always 0. It has ice in the veins. Its camera is an X-ray. Whoa, he leans in, his eyes bright with attention. What else? It is a chalice held out to you in silent communion. Silent communion, that's good. He's transfixed by the words. Where graspingly you partake of a shifting identity never your own. dang, he grunts, unable to suppress his reaction. That's some great shit. You come up with that yourself? Or did you learn it in school? More importantly, who can prove if you did? Go with it. You deserve some. I'm just a vessel for the muse. Right, but really, no bullshit. That's great stuff. I sort of want to know if it's yours. I don't really know. No matter, great verses like that sometimes. Ephemeral. You might not look it, but you have some literary chops. Maybe there's some hope for me yet. That's a strange compliment. Just messing with you. It's cool. You're an okay guy. For a cop. For a cop? Yeah, they're often more into fists than rhymes, see? Let alone honesty in verse. In a small office behind the old military hospital, hunched under the green glow of his desk light, Officer Hans Blau browses through a test print of his futurist magazine called... it's called The Futurist. The typeface on the header is too small. Any organization that gets all kinds of folk. I'm sure we try our best. The lieutenant looks at you in silence, a curious look in his eyes, nodding slightly. Well, you give me some hope, I guess. He gives you a thumbs up. That's all for now. Bye. I just remembered something. I know, my memory's almost worse than Harry's himself. One, we need to put on our other stuff. Am I okay with that on? Lowers my suggestion. Gives me some conceptualization. Am I okay with conceptualization? What are my other options? Drama. Let's have some drama. That's fine. I remembered that we now know who the people up here are. I don't know if we ever actually confronted them about the fact that we know who they are now. Let's go have a look. We know who these two are. Hello.
Again, I can't believe this shit.
We from the same police station? I'm sure we've... Well, I guess we did confront him about it. Maybe I'm wrong. Did we talk to her about it?
Yes? What is it?
Look, something's really bugging me. Are we from... Or are we not from the same police station?
God damn it, you leave her alone.
The man with sunglasses snaps at you.
Keep your weird bullshit to yourself and be professional for once, for fuck's sake.
Can I actually help you with something? She looks at you apologetically. Yes, of course, preposterous. I mean, you would remember if who they were, right? Who forgets their squad mates? That's not possible. You have a blue uniform and mine is black. What does that mean? She seems confused for a moment. Means I'm a patrol officer, sir. What was with that, sir? You call me sir. Why? Well, She looks extremely uncomfortable right now. I guess I...
Cut this shit.
The words addressed at you.
Every second you stand here running your mouth, the case grows colder.
Alright, well. We'll leave them alone then. So I guess, although we know who they are, we don't actually get to confront them about it. Because I think we found that in an esprit de corps, vision, basically. Like a flashback. Okay. Yeah, so I guess we still haven't put 2 and 2 together. We still have the numbers, but we don't have the equal sign, basically. Right. So, all the way over to Suna now. All the way over. What I wouldn't give for a tiny bit of fast travel. But that's alright. At least it stops us, just going, travel to this person, travel to this person. We have to actually explore the whole place. Ooh. A creaking ahead, a broken axle grinding. Okay. Yeah, so let's go all the way up here. All the way through here. All the way up this way. See, we've still got this bit of the church over here, which we haven't explored. Or this area. Soon I need to speak to, isn't it? They haven't even explored that far. A dead phone, a smashed receiver. It looks like someone hung up too hard. You can imagine why. Calls become terrible sometimes. Ooh. Same address the lead programmer of Fortress Accident was looking for. Yeah. Shocker, because the lead programmer of Fortress Accident is inside. That's an odd one. But okay. I guess because we only just found out about it. I guess we could have got the off-site copy beforehand. Right. Hello.
Yes, what is it?
He doesn't look up from the keyboard. About the off-site copy you asked me to bring? Yes? Is this the filament you're looking for? No, that's the production schedule you stole and accessed without authorization. She's tapping the table in a badly concealed impatience. I don't need it. In his defense, it was simply lying in the desk drawer of an abandoned cubicle. Okay, but still. Wait, I have the off-site oh my god, I just realized what I forgot to do. Right, back again. You know what I forgot? I forgot to take it out of the machine. I tried to run it, but forgot to take it out of the machine. Oh no. Well, time to start running. At least it's nice and peaceful. This is the point where I want fast travel. To be honest, being able to zoom out that extra 20% that we got, pretty huge for traveling. It means that I can just kind of click every once in a while, although I have to continually double click, and I need to remember that because otherwise we'll start walking. If we walk places, it's going to take a very long time to get where we need to go. But yeah, it's cool. Right. I would like to also be able to travel based on the map, but then the zoom out wouldn't be worth anything, so I get what they were doing here. Oh, I have a thought. Actual art degree. Yeah, it's another copo type, the worst one, the most savage and brutal, the art cop. Nothing is good enough for him, everything is shit. You have to employ an armada of adjectives to depict and demean the mediocrity of the works and visual institutions around you. Really flex that critical muscle until the vocabulary for punishing mediocrity becomes second nature. Here we go. How's my Wasteland of Reality doing? Another 15 hours. Wait, that's pretty much over a day, right? That must have been over a day to do. I hope you get a good reward for that one. Do we have a level up? No. Okay. It's always worth just checking if we have a level up or not. I occasionally forget it. If we were busy with something else, you know. Right. So, along here, all the way back, all the way back, and here we are. Oh, also, I was wondering, do checks reset every night? I'm not 100% sure if they do or not, but let me just speak to Kuno again so we can hear his lovely tones.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
No, they don't reset. Okay. I just remembered that we've done an empathy on him. So I wanted to check whether that had changed. No, so we need more empathy if we want to do that. I need to get up there somehow, but I suspect you get there from her room. I could be wrong, though, but I think you get there from her room. I need to have a look around and see whether we can find that. I'm assuming she's just there to taunt you, though. That seems like the kind of thing they do here. Put something in here just purely for tauntability. Oh, that cancelled my movement. Oh, okay. I was kind of hoping we could move and change weapon at the same... Well, not weapon, tool at the same time. That's okay. No big deal. Right. So, in here... Remove the off-site copy. And back out again. Yep, that was a good move on my part. Let's re-equip this. Items? Oh, that's the off-site copy. That's the new item. That's cool. Right, head this way. I'm trying to figure out. There's a kind of banging noise, and I was like, is that in the game or is it in real life? I think it's in the game. Yes, I think it's in the game because it's stopped now that we've gone up. But it was just that real enough kind of thing. You know, like the video of the... oh, I accidentally clicked on the park bench. The video of the knocking that you can use to test speakers. Like, it's the same kind of thing where I was like... I've played that and gone, is somebody knocking to my right? Just in case you don't know, because hopefully you don't, to the right of me is a wall. I'm 3 stories up, and the wall, outside the wall, is nothing. It's just air. It's air 3 stories up outside. So the fact that somebody's knocking to the right of me, that's the point where I need to get seriously worried. Like, I'm being attacked by a ghost or something. So, that's where I'm at here. So I was effectively thinking that some kind of rumbly ghost was attacking here. Turns out it was just the game making sound effects, but, you know, there you go. Hey, I managed to talk enough nonsense that we made it back to the church. Right, so, in the church, I can now go speak to Suna and say, hey Suna, I would have been back sooner, but I forgot the off-site copy. But now I have it.
Yes, what is it?
I have the off-site copy. I brought you the filament. Thanks. She takes the filament, inspecting the metallic tape on its side. Looks like it's the one. What's going to happen now? Now I'm going to print it out to see what's left of it. He's already inserted the filament into the radio computer's core, ready to close the door. Don't waste your time printing it out. There's nothing but a speck of white in a sea of ink. It's broken. A speck of white? She sounds excited as the filament clicks into place. That's exactly what I'm hoping to find. Ah, it's the moment of silence. What do you mean? Lintel was able to divine the location of the anomaly from this broken copy. I want to repeat their calculation, only this time with better equipment. Watch. She presses print on the machine's keyboard. What an intricate display of failure. The paper gets soaked in ink again, its evil blackness shining in the light of the mainframe. It looks eerie. This is wrong. Machines shouldn't behave like that. Something's very wrong with that filament memory. Suna doesn't reply, her hands running over the printout. She's looking for something. For her morning star, eyes scouring the millimeters. Here, she says suddenly, rising her ink-stained fingertip. I found it. The white dot is in the same place I saw it before when I printed it out. Hold on. She's behind the keyboard now, typing in some numbers that only she understands. The terminal beeps, and the light inside starts pulsing like a glowing heart. Can I do anything? Shh, just give me a second, I'm almost... She clocks up her typing speed. Lieutenant leans closer to whisper, I've never witnessed the programmer work before. Done! Suna jumps up from the keyboard like a spring. I've got it, I found the location of the anomaly. There's joy in her voice as she bumps her fist into the air. Oh my god, congratulations! Thank you! She yells back with a grin. So where is it? Where's your 2mm hole in the world? There! She points at the other end of the church where a group of water bowls form a ritualistic arch. In the swallow! Think you can help me again? She tilts her head, eyes sparkling. Sure. I need you to move those water bowls for me. I need to double check my calculations. You like moving things around. Moving things around is calming. Just walk over to the circle and follow my instructions. Move the third bowl 2 centimeters to the left and the fourth bowl 5 centimeters to the right. That should do the trick. Sure, no problem. Thanks. Third bowl 2 centimeters. Fourth bowl 4 centimeters? Which one's the third bowl? Oh, are they all one? I think they're all one. Softly silent again, as if someone turned off the entire world outside these walls. Water inside the bowls stands still. Measurements being marked down around the bowls, each chalk-drawn line representing a centimeter on the floor. Oh boy, this is gonna be good. Move the third bowl 2 centimeters. I think you do both. Alright, 2 centimeters away. I thought it was like a one or the other. See if you get it right, but I think it's just both. Third bowl 2 centimeters away. It moved like a ghost without creating a single trace of sound, and then the fourth bowl 5 centimeters to the right. Some water spills out of the bowl, wetting the floor. The lead programmer sends you an encouraging thumbs up from across the hall. Leave. Cool. Hello?
Yes, what is it?
I moved the water bowls to the right position, just like you asked. What's next? Great, everything should be aligned now. She stops, biting into her chapped lip. Miss Know-It-All is hesitating. What's wrong? Yeah, she snaps out of the lull. Nothing. The only thing left is to unmute the headphones. If we've got location right, we should then be able to hear whatever sound this anomaly makes. Wait, why did you have your headphones on mute in the first place? Honestly, she is avoiding your gaze. Honestly, I'm a little scared. Isn't it just going to be silence and nothing else? I don't know. She stares at the heart of her computer. That's what I'm scared of. I don't know. It could be anything. I mean, what sound does the nothing make? How can you even listen to something that doesn't exist? She turns to face you, the mainframe throwing shadows on her chin. What if silence is only what surrounds it, but the swallow itself is? She grows silent, her face very pale in the cold light of electricity. What? I don't know, I'm just scared. Maybe it's going to be something terrifying. Maybe it's going to tear the world apart. Like that evil ink that filled the printout, erasing coherence and meaning. You're overthinking this. Maybe. She rubs her face. Maybe I'm just tired. Well, it's scary, but we just have to face it. Yeah, she breathes in. You're right, let's do this. She puts on her oversized headphones, ready to press unmute on the keyboard. Lieutenant takes a step back. And then nothing. Nothing happens as Suna, Lucanen Clid, presses unmute on her keyboard. Nothing but silence. You can hear some small animal across the floor in the I think that's meant to be chapel. Is quite quiet in the sanctuary. Say nothing. She doesn't talk. Her eyes closed and brows knitted together in a state of deep focus, one hand cupping the headphone. Well? Damn it! She lets out a loud sigh before tearing off the headphones. She's still avoiding your gaze. Come on, did you hear anything? No, of course not, she says, clearly disappointed. Nothing happened, let's move on. Despite her fear, she was hoping for something extraordinary to take place. What do you mean nothing happened? Did you find the swallow? No. She rests her face on her hands, massaging the forehead. No, my hypothesis was wrong. According to this, I should have heard something if I got the coordinates right. Like I said, silence is only what surrounds it. But this... She raises her head, staring at all the machines that littered the church, cables coiling up the floor like pests. This is just another failure. Silence sounds like silence, that's all it is. You can try on the headphones, see if you can hear anything, but don't get your hopes up. Silence is silence. You're sure there's more to it. This can't be it. You should have a listen. I'll leave you for a second. Alright, do we have any perception clothing? We probably don't. We already have something that gives us +1 perception. Those are probably the glasses. No? Something else gives us +1 perception. We have nothing that gives us perception anyway from these, so we have to take our 42% chance. Let's just do it.
Yes, what is it?
Put on the headphones. All you hear is your own breathing, heavy and hoarse from all the night spent drinking. It's the breath of an old man. But there's something else. There has to be. Something big, something unexpected, something new yet to be discovered. Go, speak to me. When was the last time this world had anything new to say? Well, Suna asks as soon as you take off the headphones. Did you hear anything? No, nothing. It's just silence. Yeah. Her voice is bitter with disappointment. Lieutenant looks down at the floor as if to say that you're wasting your time here. Maybe the speed freaks can help you with this. Go talk with Andre. Oh. I could do that. Let's go speak to Andre then, I guess. Wasn't what I was going to do, but you know, it's what I'm going to do now. Yeah. Okay. And if they give me a +1, then that allows me to take the check again, which seems pretty sweet. So let's do that. Yeah. Head over here. Right. Into the Anodic dance music tent, which Kim will not enter, but that's okay. Andre is the spiky-haired one, right?
Hi again. So, how are things going?
I want to talk about the church again. Yeah, what's the deal? I'm making progress in the church, but it's slow going. There's a hitch in Suna's research. Yeah, what kind of hitch? She's trying to catch an anomaly using her special microphone setup, but she can't hear the audio coming through her headphones.
An audio shortfall, you say?
The other speed freak points his thumb towards the speaker in the back. Guess what? We got speakers with massive low end. There's a good chance it can do it. They've got one speaker. One. Uno. On. Well, I think we found a solution. He nods. We got some serious range in this baby. It'll blast her shoes off, believe me. Alright, see ya. Goodbye, officer. Alright, well, we can now go speak to Suna again and say, hey, I got a speaker. And they're happy to let you use it. So let's see how it goes. Right, head back into the church and see what they have to say about this. Yeah. Back into the church. And you know, one thing that might make the game slightly better? It loaded just a second or two quicker. But you know, I'm nitpicking now. I really like it. Hello. One thing I will say as well is I'm not just kind of saying that like, oh yeah, hypothetically it might make it better. I had the same thing with Pathfinder Kingmaker. Now its loading issues were a lot worse, but when they made them better, it actually improved the flow of the game significantly to the point where the game elevated up a level because the loading was quicker. So I'm not just, it's not kind of like a flippant remark, it's more of a, no, it would actually elevate the thing slightly. Anyway.
Yes, what is it?
Oh, because I examined these speakers, I can just try the perception again. I didn't even have to use the speakers. Oh, okay. Oh, fail. Sona isn't even looking at you this time. The 2mm hole? No, I'm just done. Fine. Failed. I don't really know what to do with that, so I'm going to leave. We'll come back when we level up and can get an extra perception. An extra perception would give us like a 60-something% chance, I think. Like 64, 68. Something like that. So we should be fine. Help Suna on the project. We couldn't quite do that, but that's okay. Right, I want to explore more of this, so let's explore more of this side, see what we got. This is the old fish market, I think. Someone must have worked hard to smash the plastic dome. Ooh, telephone. A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change. Pick up the handset. I can dial a random number. Let's go. Calling. Still calling. This feels wrong. Should you be doing this? End of tone. Someone picks up. Pierre? Is that you, Pierre? The voice is female and sounds about 100 years old. Yes, it's me, Pierre. So nice of you to find the time to call me. It gets so lonely. Even the animals have died. It gets lonely even when you're with people. Are you sure you're Pierre? Your voice, it's different. Either chrysanthemum. Her voice is drowned in white noise. It sounds like waves washing a beach, growing in volume until the call suddenly disconnects. You get a sinking feeling. It makes you look if Lieutenant Kurosagi overheard you. To your relief, he did not. I'm not going to call another random number. This just seems like a great way to lose money. Right. What about up here? What have we got? Oh, is that a jacket? Railing. Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad. Is that the jacket I'm looking for? Let's take a closer look. It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath this crust of filth. It seems likely that it was left in the surf until someone laid it out on this beach to dry out. Unfortunately, that just seems to have stiffened it into a shapeless mass. Please tell me you're not taking that with you. I think this is the jacket that Idiot Doomsparrow wanted me to find. The lieutenant looks at the stinking rag and sniffs. I'm sure he'll be thrilled to have it returned. Well, I'll take it then. Cool, it's a filthy jacket. We can interact with it? Oh, cool. Let's interact with the jacket. This filthy rag has been at the mercy of the elements for quite some time. It's streaked with seagull shit and abnormally stiff from God knows what natural processes. You can't even tell what brand it is. As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound. Man, how did the jacket get so disgusting? It's a sordid and filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it? I'm not going to think about it. Good choice. No, I wanted to think about it. It occurs to you that if you're not... holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that ensconces it. It smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in grey strands of seaweed. It must have spent some time in the water before the tide deposited it ashore. Okay, but what's the crust made of? Somehow it was carried or dragged to the boardwalk. If not by human hands, then perhaps the feral dogs that prowl the beaches at night. The faint impressions of many footprints are also present, though it's impossible to tell what kind or how many. Suffice to say, the jacket spent some time on the ground before someone draped it over the railing. What happened when somebody put it on the railing? The crust is hard. The jacket spent at least a day baking in the sun. Who knows what happened to it then? I'm just going to pretend I didn't think about any of this. It's too late. Now you've already thought about it. Now your hands are covered in muck. Maybe if I wipe my hands in my pants? What? No! Then it'll just be on your pants. This is a disaster. You'll never get the smell out. Well, that was a good interaction. What about in here? More money? Money. Nice. Over here, I'm open for more money. Hey, bottles. It's effectively money. What about here? Vagrants have recently painted the tarp red. Water drips from it. Hey! Minus perception glasses that give you plus encyclopedia. That didn't unlock the perception check, did it? I actually just want to check that. It didn't. Ice Bear fridge still locked. Yeah, so it didn't. But plus encyclopedia glasses. Don't mind if I do. We now have a solid 7 encyclopedia. Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot to check how they look. A coin-operated weighing machine hasn't been used for a decade. They look alright. They look like glasses, if I'm honest with you. They look pretty much like glasses. Nothing we can do there. A makeshift roof. Vagrants have tried to make the boardwalk habitable. That tarp will keep out neither rain, nor snow, nor wind. Oh, well, good. Good to know. Over here. Hey, more money. Further over here. A big wine canister is open and empty. Moonshine, probably. Smells like tasty fermentation. Oh, multiple things. Perception, smell. The smell is awful and familiar. What is it? Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency, that faintly clawing sweetness? Only death smells like that. Something cold wakes the pit of your stomach. Beer. It is death, it must be. Kim, what's that smell? Lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose. Eyes up, detective. Something's not right here. Careful there. Careful there. The floorboards look rotten and weak. Oh, it'll be a dead body then, I'd assume. First of all, check here. Trash can. There's some tar, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in a trash bin. Let's examine the tar. 2 empty bottles of Tulula vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you can find. No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up, they seem unhygienic. A tragedy. Lieutenant looks at the can, eyes watering from the smell. He shakes his head with genuine sadness. Cigarette package? Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra. Red Astra is the black market version of Astra cigarettes, known for their high tar content. Kebab wrapper? You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads Shish Kebab Revishal. No, it's older than a day or two. It's no older than a day or two. No mold yet. It's hard to concentrate in the smell. The sea air brings some relief. Right. What have we got here? Coin-operated viewer has been out of order for years. It's a long way down to your death from here, 20 meters at least. Stop messing with the coin viewer and hold on to something. The wind is so strong. Okay. Working class corpse. A man lies on the boardwalk. His limbs bent and his neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper. If his neck is bent at an unnatural angle, I'm going to assume that his neck was snapped. And looking at where it is, he just fell on that bench and died. That's my theory anyway. The smell is not as bad as a 2 weeks old corpse, but it's definitely heading there. All done. Lieutenant squats next to the corpse and examines his face. 2 bulging eyes stare back at him, void of any signs of life. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is, he's been dead for 2 days, no longer. He stands up and shivers as a gust of wind blows through his bomber jacket. We need to investigate. Calm down now. Carefully. Just another day and not just another dead body. Breathe. Let's leave. The reason I'm going to leave is very simple. I want to put on my other glasses. Because I want perception and I want visual calculus. So, let's do that. Right. Let's study the surroundings. There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist. Let's examine the chewing gum wrapper. Robuski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall. Let's look in. The blackness of death, stench. You think you see white chewing gum too. Confirmed, nearly the whole pack is there, solidified on his lower rear teeth. He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is... The man shudders from the cold. I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum, it's always the same. In a ditch off a road below the 881, he thinks, a small father. Then he shakes his head to make the memory... A young father. Then he shakes his head to make the memory stop. Examine the bottle. A 0.75 litre Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside. Tar all around us. He looks at the other 2 bottles near the coin-operated viewer, then at your yellow plastic bag. Well, I'm just helping clean things up. I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper. True. It feels disrespectful. Step on the floorboards? They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was what caused the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile. You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet. He could have easily disappeared into the sea through that hole, and you would never have found him. The man's head? A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound is sticky and cold to your touch. I don't see any other major wounds, do you? It's hard to say. It seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench. Let's step back. Examine study the man's clothes. He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an odd brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest. Search his pockets. You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded in 2. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand. Good, we should take a look at the library card after this is done. And the man himself? The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still tangled through the hole. A bad fall. It might have been dark outside. This place is a minefield in the dark. Let's examine his face. His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his mustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age approximately 50 to 60 years. He was confused when he died. Confused and alone, most likely. Overcome with the awful surprise of it all. That's what the chewing gum seems to point to as well. Who is this man? Looks like one of the locals. You would have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here. You look south the way you came. But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think? This is an omen, a sign from above that you need to stop drinking. Well, He looks like me. I could have ended up just like him, dead on some empty boardwalk with just a bottle next to my corpse.
Well, at least you're not married.
Kim points to the ring on the man's left hand, and the flesh around it is swollen and grey. I think that might have been the cause of our problems, Kim, not being married anymore. Or what if you are?
But let's try not to run ahead, for all we know is that he's an unidentified middle-aged man found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
What do you think happened here?
Death, my misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk, a truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
Could it be related to the lynching?
No, I don't see anything that points in that direction. For now, let's treat this case as simple, albeit sad, accident, unrelated to the murder case.
Yes, but what if there's a killer on the loose? 2 suspicious deaths in such a short time frame? We should have considered the possibility we're dealing with a sequence killer here.
A sequence killer. Kim narrows his eyes in the wind. There is nothing that connects the 2 bodies. This is a completely different case, an accident.
Someone could have pushed him from behind with intention to kill.
It's possible, but let's take it step by step. We still haven't identified the man.
Do you think he was drunk?
Oh, yes.
Lieutenant nods. What about alcohol poisoning and liver failure?
Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think death arrived through the head trauma, not liver failure.
What about the kebab?
What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. He shrugs. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the box.
Sometimes a kebab is just a kebab. Someone should be held responsible for this broken boardwalk. It's dangerous.
They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk. Not that sealing it off would actually keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's head clean.
He smiles sourly. Hands clean? Right.
It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure.
What do you think we should do with him?
From where I stand, I can see 2 options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
Hold on, what about a field autopsy?
A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me. I'd say that we should just write down head trauma to the autopsy report and leave it at that. That would save us at least 2 hours of unnecessary work.
Isn't that kind of sloppy?
Maybe, but we don't really have the time or resources to spare. The guys at processing will take care of the rest.
We found him. We should finish this.
Alright, we should first examine that library card you found. Then we can call the station from my kinema. Let them know we're taking the case.
Alright, let's leave. Let's have a look at the library card. Library card found in the pocket of a dead man on the Martinez boardwalk. It's slightly damp to the touch. The cover bears the stamp of the Jamrock Public Library. The library card is folded in 2 and slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library, issued to Billy Mejon, expires July 53. Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased or his family member. Let's look at the backside. If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 00502552211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours 9 to 6 o'clock.
Good. He takes a note. We should give them a call for my kinema, see if we can learn anything about Billy Mejon.
Good idea. There was plenty of information here to go by. I could also pay money to call a number, which is a bit weird that I could pay money to call a number or just call the number from the car. I suppose it's like pay money to not have to walk back to the car. Anyway, look inside. Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one on the list is The Glinting Curve by M. Thibault. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too. Alright, I'll put it away. Well, we have a number to call. We have a second murder. I guess you could count that as us having failed at our job. We're meant to reduce the number of unsolved murder cases, and we have increased it by 100%. But anyway, the other way you could look at it is we're meant to find as many killers as possible, and we have another chance. So we have a chance of increasing the number of killers that we found by 100%. So, win some, you lose some. Anyway, I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.